You actually want to deploy her? You cannot be serious.
Cascade is one of our most
Zaum,
trained
that is
operants.
the guys who made
She's
Disco
been
Elysium.
shelved for 5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
She won't have to do it alone. Her old squad is still out there.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Probably. But she can scrape what's left of them back together. Lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
We'll do what we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment. And her methods are so unhinged.
But they get results, no?
Long-range missiles get results.
Show a little faith. We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
Yeah, these are the guys who made a Discord post as well. Okay, that's the most German game on the State of Play we've ever seen, I think. For a moment I thought it's the simulator. What's it called? It could be, instead of a simulator, it could be Flight Simulator or something. For a moment I thought it was the farming simulator. A beloved game in Germany. Simulator. Flight simulator.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side.
Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock?
Battlefield?
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
Battlefield.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just
Didn't
takes a
look,
little
pay attention
shake
when I
of
was doing stuff.
perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
What's the guy called?
Stand by for re-attack call.
The King in Yellow is his name.
We gotta move! Woo! Hold on!
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. Sean and I are back to share news and release dates for games coming to PS5.
But first, thanks to EA and Battlefield Studios for that new look at the single-player campaign for Battlefield 6. It launches October 10th on PS5.
Now, let's celebrate one
Deus
of
Ex.
my favorite games of all time, which is marking its 25th
Deus Ex.
anniversary this
Whoop, whoop.
year.
My favorite game of all time. The first game. That's in New York,
Deus
Hell's
Ex
Kitchen.
returns.
Bam.
This
Area
PS5
51.
remaster is a collaboration
Remaster.
between Eidos Montreal and Aspyr, the studio behind remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
On its way back to the people.
New York,
And you
Statue
can't
of
do a
Liberty.
damn thing about it.
You play as J.C. Denton,
Don't tell me you're going to wear your
an augmented operative working to
That's in
uncover
the
the truth.
UNESCO headquarters.
This new version adds enhanced
his brother.
visuals, overhauled controls, and support
That's
for
also on
key
Liberty
PS5
Island.
features like haptic feedback.
What this here is. I think that's
Deus
also
Ex influenced
on the
a
way to-
generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and consequence. No two playthroughs unfold the same. Deus Ex Remastered
It's a
arrives on
masterpiece.
PS5
I think one of the
early next year.
a very influential game actually that not many people have played.
It's almost Halloween, and you know what they say: everyone's
No.
entitled to one good scare.
Halloween
Death
the
comes
game.
to Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to
Again?
the John Carpenter classic. The team at IllFonic invites players to an asymmetrical horror sandbox where you can play as a civilian survivor or Michael Myers himself. In each game, it's up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk or to hunt them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move around the map unseen and pop out where you'd least expect him. Playing as a civilian, it's up to you to lead townsfolk to safety, find a phone, and call the police for help. Civilians can also scavenge for gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths with the unstoppable Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or protect his victims when Halloween the Game launches on September 8th, 2026.
Two big announcements from 11th Hour Games. First, their hit action RPG Last Epoch is in development for a PS5. This celebrated dungeon crawler
think I
is
have a
known
friend
for
who
its
plays
extensive
Last
skill
Epoch.
customization, deep and
Michael Myers.
rewarding loot system, and massive time-traveling world. You'll battle through the past, taking down gods and toppling cursed empires to save the world from its ruined future. As for that second announcement, Last Epoch's first major expansion, Orobis, will arrive at the same time as the upcoming PS5 release. The Seven Deadly Sins Origin is an open-world RPG based on the beloved Japanese series, offering a vast single-player campaign and multiplayer areas where cooperation and exploration go hand in hand. Follow in the footsteps of Tristan, the Prince of Britannia, and play an original story you can experience only in the game. Capture creatures, go fishing,
Go fishing. Classic.
cook your own meals, mine
I have no
resources, and
clue
craft
about
new
Seven
items
Deadly
as you
Sins.
explore Britannia on
I
your
think
own.
I'm too old for that.
Or step beyond the open world to tackle dungeons with a team of up to 4 other players. In a multiverse that transcends time and space, original heroes join forces with beloved characters from the series to embark on a grand adventure. Venture out alone or with friends when the Seven Deadly Sins Origin arrives on January 28th.
Two iconic
Sonic
characters
Racing.
finally meet in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, launching on PS5 tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Mega Man and his trusty vehicle, the Rush Roadster, join the lineup as part of the Mega Man DLC pack that arrives early next year.
Seven Deadly Sins or the Michael Myers
Not
game?
alone. Proto Man also speeds into the pack.
Or both?
Also included is a stunning reimagining
Okay, you
of
got
Dr.
a
Wily's
soundtrack.
castle from the Mega Man series. Familiar sights and sounds will take players
Wily,
back to some of
stage
Mega Man's
music.
most memorable adventures. The Mega Man DLC pack comes to PS5 next year as part of the season pass.
And gets
and
claimed
Digital
when you
Deluxe
play it on
Edition.
YouTube.
The early unlock period is already underway, so Digital Deluxe Edition owners can get into Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games, including a release date for Neo 3.
It is I who will be Shogun.
Kurimatsu, why?
You'll never understand what it means!
Team Ninja. Neo dudes. Come brother, lost.
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Hiroko.
My timeless friend, I trust you.
Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
The Wily stage music, I think, gets played if you play it, even as an old Nintendo MIDI music.
You wish
From Mega Man.
become Shogun that badly.
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
Takachio! Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both!
Strength alone is not enough to end this war.
Neo 3. Whoa. Well, Neo is its own kind of... What I like about, or find interesting about Neo is that it's its own kind of Souls concept formula. Speaking of Koei Tecmo, Dynasty Warriors? Something? Yeah, it looks like it. It's a remake of the Dynasty Warrior 12 or something. Or it's some not Dynasty Warrior. Well, let's find out. Dynasty Warriors 3. Complete remaster. Classic. There are like a million games of those, that's why I said 12.
Another world snuffed from existence.
Bandai Namco.
Our focus, our true objective, is to save this world, our current world.
Need I remind you that tampering with history is strictly forbidden?
Somebody know the franchise? I don't think it's a new IP.
It's time I faced my past. Let's go.
Today, you'll pay your dues!
Ah, that's Code Vein. Okay, I've not played Code Vein. Code Vein 2 comes out next year.
Back in June, we debuted Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, right here on State of Play.
Today, we're joined by the game's director, followed by news from other special guests who are joining us just as Tokyo Game Show kicks off in Japan.
皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジータクティクスイバリースクロニクルズのディレクター前広です。プレイステーションで発売したオリジナルのファイナルファンタジータクティクスから30年近く経った今でも多くの方がこのタイトルをお気に入りの一本として挙げてくださっており、オリジナルスタッフの一人として大変嬉しく思っています。今回イバリースクロニクルズという新しい形で再び皆様にお届けできることに我々もワクワクしています。 フルボイスや難易度調整など、ファンの方はもちろん、これまで遊んだことがないプレイヤーの方にも快適に遊んでいただけるように様々な工夫を行いました。
Do not feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
どなたでも楽しんでいただける内容となっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでみてください。それでは発売をお楽しみに。
Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics, huh? Another thing.
Shall we play?
I think he's confused. If he goes to the dentist, he says, your teeth are quite right, but I'm a bit worried about your gum. It's unblemished.
レッド・イット・ダイ・インフェルノです。
なるほど。ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正当後継作品ってことですね。
はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に
What on earth is going on there on screen chat? I don't understand that. Sorry, explain this to me. I'm old and I don't understand.
プレイヤーは地獄門と呼ばれる巨大な穴を探索するレイダーとなり、たくさんの恐ろしい怪物や他のプレイヤーのレイダーたちが入り乱れているフィールドを探索し、踏破を目指します。今度は地獄なんですね。
You played Final Fantasy Tactics or Code Vein?
探索で手に入れたアイテムを持ち帰るため無事生還したいところですが、死亡すると全てロストしてしまいます。所持品だけではなくキャラクターのボディすらロストします。
相変わらず理不尽だね。
はい。レイダーたちは探索とボディの入れ替えを何度も何度も繰り返し、一番強い自分を作り上げてどこまで潜れるかを競うのが醍醐味となっています。皆さんに新たな面白さを感じてもらえると嬉しいです。
Alright. The start of a whole new world.
NANI?
デスクワークスディレクターの藤井智です。
集夜社ゲームズプロデューサーの山本です。
完全新作クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンド、世界初公開映像いかがでしたでしょうか。本作は洋館を訪れた編集者が終わらない物語が描かれた原稿用紙にとらわれてしまい、そこから脱出をするという探索型 2D アクションアドベンチャーゲームとなります。
手書きのペン画というアートスタイルをベースに奥の深いダークファンタジーとして皆さんにお届けできる予定です。終わらない物語がテーマですが、開発はしっかりと終わらせます。
クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンドは2026年発売予定です。さらなる続報を
お楽しみに。
Citizens of Pywell. Today, a new chapter in this land's history shall be written by our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Greymane. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one. We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your hour.
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
Hi everyone, I'm Brett Elston.
And I'm Kristen Zatani.
That was your first look at the Pulse Elevate wireless speakers, which bring the PlayStation audio and chat experience to your desktop with planar magnetic drivers and PlayStation Link wireless technology. Visit PlayStation blog for even more details.
Now, let's check in on what's next for PlayStation Plus. Up first is the October monthly games lineup. The creepy and captivating Alan Wake 2 arrives just in time for spooky season, with Goat Simulator 3 and Cocoon rounding out the list. These all arrive for PlayStation Plus Essential members on October 7th.
You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
The Last of Us Day is this Friday, September 26th. As part of Naughty Dog and PlayStation's annual celebration of this beloved series, we are thrilled to confirm the addition of The Last of Us Part 2 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
We don't let anybody stop us.
Come out and fight!
For PS5 members, this includes The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, the definitive way to experience Ellie and Abby's story, alongside additions like the roguelike survival mode, No Return.
Our update to the PlayStation Plus Classics catalog is extra exciting for fans of fighting games and the number 3. Tekken 3 from the original PlayStation and Soul Calibur 3 from the PS2 are coming to the service later this year.
Also arriving this year, another all-time classic from the PS2, Tomb Raider Anniversary. And up next, a special message from the creator behind one of PlayStation's most iconic franchises.
皆さんこんにちは。グランツーリスモシリーズプロデューサー山内和則です。本日はですね、皆さんにすごく素敵なアップデートをお伝えできることを大変嬉しく思います。この2025年の6月25日に、なんとグランツーリスモの、累計売上本数が1億本を超えたそうです。1億本です。この1億本を超えるってすごいことだなって、作ってる僕らも思うんですけれども、この1億本を、超えたことを記念して、この年末にですね、僕らはグランツーリスモ7のスペック3のアップデートを行う予定です。スペック3のアップデートには、2つの、レーストラック、フォーミュラ1でも使われているトラックであるとか、あるいは8台の新しい車であるとか、新しいサーキットエクスペリエンス、あるいはデータローガンのフィーチャーであるとか、それ以外のさまざまなゲームフィーチャーの大きなアップデートを予定しています。皆さんのおかげで、30年かけてグランツーリスモは1億本を達成しました。本当にありがとうございます。
Been fighting longer than I can remember. I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. That trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go.
I'm muted. Sorry. Yeah, I was saying something. So yeah, hi there. I might be watching other people play. Also, brutality warning. This game is really brutal. It's the Wolverine game.
Death's always waiting.
Play games, then playing them myself. Yeah, that's kind of a classic. Also, I've seen many streamers play a game and then watched it myself. I don't get a USK 16 in Germany.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah, we forgot that there's a state of play today, so I switched to English and I stream it. It should be not that long. Fall 2026. It's a very brutal game, the Wolverine game.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics? Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
I was eating a snack.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could turn on a dime and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know what Wolverine is, who he is. My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as he applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh that fans
And I'm
are
not
gonna be excited
absolutely
about?
zero into Marvel hero
package.
stuff.
It is a level
Even though
of
I watched
detail that we've
X-Men
never
when I
been
was
able to
younger,
do
but it
before.
was a lot more
You
tamed
can see it
down
in
with
the trailer.
Wolverine was
You
not
can see
brutal at all.
pores, you can see blood
won't get a
in between the little
USK.
lines of his teeth. I love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able to bring that kind of fidelity to players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness. Just
18 in
Japan.
Germany.
There's a shot where Logan
16,
is
we'll
sliding
put-
down that rooftop, and
That's
you can
definitely
see
18.
the breadth of Madripoor and Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game. Omega Red makes an appearance, Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure.
Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the blood. The blood tech that was put into this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It looks fantastic.
Wolverine's combat, making that special, making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played, that's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's dynamic, it's
Like Insomniac is a very
You
competent
notice it
studio,
doesn't
so I'm
look
not very
like our
worried
past
that this
games.
is
It has
good
a
for
sense of
especially
urgency
fans,
and forward
Wolverine
movement
has a lot
and
of fans.
rage and fury, and that's
Not sure if it's my
One of the
cup
cool
of
things
tea,
about
but-
Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time,
Yeah,
and
they
that
made
was always the goal,
Spider-Man games.
making games that are timeless.
Originally they made
I think
games
fans
called
are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made.
Infamous.
We are focused on making the best
Was a Sucker
Wolverine
Punch.
game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac
Sucker Punch
Games
makes
and
Infamous,
the Wolverine
right?
team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
Sucker Punch Productions. Oh, ich mix them up. Yeah, Infamous Sucker Punch made. Insomniac Games made the Spyro games, Ratchet and Clank. And later Marvel. This is everything they had to show. It looks like the we're wrapping up trailer already.
Maybe you don't want it enough.
Infamous remake would be nice, yeah. But to be fair, the original Infamous games are kind of still playable. So Microsoft puts more stuff to PlayStation, which makes sense. The first game looked very interesting. We have to rewatch that part because I was a bit late. But yeah, it's not it did not blow me away, to be honest. Deus Ex remake, like Deus Ex is with Final Fantasy VII my favorite game of all time, basically. I think it's a very influential game that was ahead of its time for decades. So I would say it's pretty awesome. When it comes to PlayStation and more people in this day can play it, and there's a remaster for it. I'm not sure if it will also come for other stuff. We can look into this. Let me try to find... I think that's it, basically. Yeah, it's not long, so I thought, well, we can make a half-an-hour break and watch some game trailers. What is it called? State of Play. Let's watch the first trailer again. That's why I posted the Carcosa thing. Do you think that's that the twist is it has to do with Cthulhu? Let's watch the first thing there again, which we missed. We missed the beginning. It was a spontaneous idea to watch it. So we have this. Why is this annoying? Oh, they added the video already. No, they didn't. Wait.
Builds on Returnal's.
The eclipse thing. If I remember correctly, maybe it's a black hole. Could also be. I think it's an eclipse. It feels a bit like it could have to do with Carcosa. Let us have another look into this here really quick. I hope the video is not dying all of a sudden again. Eclipse. It's very yellow. Very sci-fi-esque for Carcosa, I guess. Or maybe it's an interesting mix.
Every time the sun dies, time stretches and tears.
Okay, they say every time the sun dies. So the sun is dying or something? What is interesting about this is that Housemarque, I think, made Returnal the game, which was a roguelite, so we always start anew. Was it made by Housemarque? Yes, I remember it correctly. So it is also, every time something happens, that means stuff kind of you repeat stuff.
Scan for Soltari signals.
Signal corrupted. Approximating.
That looks pretty cool.
Confirmed.
Visually and
stay out of my way.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director
Gregory.
at Housemarque. Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraz's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa.
Shape-shifting planet. Probably.
Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari Shield. By holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
Very cool, the shield. I like how it wobbles around when you get hit. Instead of a roll, you have a shield. And there's also a dash, potentially giving you iframes.
By absorbing projectiles, you can now hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
This dynamically reminds a bit of Returnal in this regard. Oh, bullet stuff going on. Has a bit of bullet hell inspiration.
Soltari holocache detected.
Mark it on the map.
Here is a Soltari hololog, where you can learn more about Lost.
But yeah, these hands coming out of this weird structure there looks already a bit spooky in a way.
I'll try to forget.
Hold up for me. I will find you. I promise.
Okay, the projectiles moving around. There's definitely some similarity, I think, to Returnal in this regard. I think it was also very heavy on the projectile at some point.
This is Second Chance, where you can be revived on first death to get straight back into the action. Second Chance is part of our permanent progression systems, which means you will always come back stronger.
The scouts or whatever that is.
The sun is forever.
We hope you loved that first look at gameplay. We're looking forward to revealing more on our mysterious and moving story and our amazing ensemble cast of NPCs in the coming months. Next year is when you'll be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working on Saros.
No, it looked pretty cool, to be honest. Logo is pretty cool, I think. I think we have also seen some of it or some teaser of it already in the past. A spiritual successor to Returnal, Saros. Wow, interesting. I like how they call the first game a shooter game on in the wiki. It's not a shooter. It's a freaking. I mean, yes, it is kind of a shooter, but it's also definitely a roguelite. I would imagine the next game is also kind of a roguelite. And we had the other dudes there. Okay, so that's basically it. I've not much to say, to be honest.
Now, let's celebrate one of
It is one of lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
Yeah, there's some problems inside the company, so I'm not sure who of the original people is still there. There was some controversy inside the developers. Hastags doing stuff in chat, and I just saw this here and thought, oh, is this what do you call it? Farming simulator, Landwirtschaftssimulator. But no, it's actually Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Hostiles inbound.
3, 2.
They showed a bit of Battlefield stuff. I already played that.
They will have secured the most strategic rock and start of. This is it.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. Sean and I are back to share news and release dates for games coming to PS. The studio
Sean has a
behind
pretty
Halloween the
interesting
game
voice.
launches on
Pretty
September.
good narration voice. Neo 3. This game looked cool. Well, there's not much there to discuss, I think, chat. What do you think, chat? Did you like the stuff we have seen in the game, in the trailers? Just curious. Anything, any highlights for you people? No Bloodborne. Yeah, well, Bloodborne is in a strange position, I think. I think Bloodborne is always in a weird position simply because Microsoft is doing weird things. Sony is doing weird things with their IPs at times, and FromSoft. Wolverine game, yeah. I think the Wolverine game might be really good. A lot of people might be interested in it, but it's just very brutal.
Do what we believe to be right.
Crimson Desert, eh?
Cliff,
That's
seek out
also
your dreaming.
a strange one. It's such a mix of 1,000 different genres, things, ideas, styles. A long time in development. Will come out at some point. I don't know, chat. I don't know. I found it interesting, to say the least. But we'll keep an eye on it if it's good. Bloodborne, yeah, the problem is, technically, it's not a very clean game. And From Software won't do a remaster or remake of it anyway. So Bluepoint has to do it, or some other company. Not sure if this will happen anytime soon. I worked for Demon Souls. I think for FromSoft currently it's not interesting to do remakes or remasters like these. They are kind of at the top of their game currently. There might be a time where FromSoft declines, because that's always how it goes. With few exceptions. Not sure FromSoft might be an exception to this. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to do things. It's also not, it's just a small state of play. It's nothing spectacular. We see news about the Wolverine game. It looks decent, I guess. Very brutal game though, with cutting people in half and whatnot. Dynasty Warriors.
'25th anniversary this year. Deus Ex returns. This PS5 remaster is a collaboration between Eidos Montreal and Aspyr, the studio behind remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver. This features a generation of RPG, overhauled controls, No to play 5 early next year.
Going to PS5. Very curious if the remaster of Deus Ex might also come to a different console. Like to a different system like PC. Does it also will it be also released on Steam? I'm very curious. The remaster of such a classic is maybe not a bad idea. But yeah, I don't know. I hope there would be more to talk. Like, I have no clue about the Marvel universe and what's going on there, so I don't have much to say. Unfortunately, I hope the news here would be a bit more exciting, to say the least. So, well, Deus Ex, awesome game. Like I said, there was a time where you definitely noticed that a lot of games, and we see this until this day, a lot of video games started to build in more and more classic gameplay elements that they took from role-playing games. I call it the role-playification of video games. Because developers noticed that progression systems, which are very common in role-playing games, are a very powerful tool to make interesting, compelling games and so on, and to keep the player playing. Because it always feels good if your character levels up, makes progression, becomes stronger, and so on. And that is something that in role-play games was always a thing, and they were always quite kind of popular, and they started to implement it in more and more games. And Deus Ex is a role-playing game that looks like a shooter, basically, back in the day. It kind of fuses these elements together and has a lot of game design ideas that exist to this point, and kind of was one of the genre origins of the immersive sim, if that makes sense. But actually it's more a role-playing game. It's a lot about decisions and so on. And they also make some really smart stuff in the game here and there. Also, maybe it's a bit long, so some of the later levels are not that great anymore, I think. But some of the early ones are among the best. Like the starting level is one of the masterclass in level design, basically. It's really, really impressive what they did there. You can maybe say it's a bit simplistic, but back for its time, it came out 2000, so 25 years ago. It's very impressive. It's very impressive what they did with this game, and it's also a lot about conspiracy theories and so on. And the game setting is a bit about that there was like a terroristic attack on in New York on the Statue of Liberty, and well, a year later we had 9/11. So this game, I would not say it predicted 9/11. That would be a bit too far, but it's kind of interesting that some elements in this game are not too far away from reality. Like there was a terroristic attack, and it definitely changed a lot of things. And then you had, you know, in the game they used this terroristic attack as an excuse to kind of get a lot of control from the state over the people and so on and so forth. And yeah, later we had done the NSA and stuff. So that some parallels. It's a smart game in many ways, and a very impressive one. It has interesting mechanics. It's a role-playing game. Like if you level up your character, your aim becomes better. Like your crosshair becomes smaller and so on. When you put in more skill points into using a certain weapon, but then you can't use other weapons and so on and so forth. You always have to make decisions. Take that. Do I want to have this perk or that perk? And you have to decide which one you take. And you have to sometimes make some tough decisions. Sometimes the game puts decisions on you that you don't even know that it's a decision that it puts that you had to do. You follow what the game tells you, you just do that. But you can also kind of question what the game tells you and do something opposite, then the game has an answer for that. That is, to this day, one of the most mind-blowing and impressive things that the game does there in some scenes that I've seen in video game history, and this was like from 25 years ago. It really came out 2000, so before 9/11. Keep this in mind when you play this game, in case you do. And sure, some of the stuff may seem simplistic and so on and so forth from today's standard, especially in ways that games allowed you to do different things in the game. But I think very few games kind of gave you the same extent. Yeah, Deus Ex, one of my favorite games of all time, the first game from 2000, played it back in the day, was a mind-blowing experience. And then I played it again at some point when I was like 20-something, like mid-20s, late 20s, maybe it was 27 or something. I played it again because I was wanting to see, is this game really as good as I remember it? And it blew my mind again. Yeah, it's Deus Ex all-time classic. Like I said, it's you can get it in a sale for like €3 or something on Steam or GOG or whatever. It's not expensive, but it's really good. It's a mind-blowing game if you can deal with its age. Like it's 25 years old at this point, and yeah, it's absolutely mind-blowing. It was far ahead of its time, like really far ahead, in my opinion. And I think a lot of game developers, if you ask what are their favorite games or what games inspired them, it can definitely happen that Deus Ex is named there. I knew a few people. We talked about Maurice Weber. He worked for they worked in German games journalism and also does Twitch stuff these days quite a bit. And he also said that he was inspired by Total Biscuit to start what he's doing there. And also Total Biscuit, famous critic of... Unfortunately, he died quite young, but he was also, like Total Biscuit, also me inspired to start YouTube and stuff. And yeah, also Total Biscuit's favorite game was Deus Ex. So I always felt there's a connection. I'm not sure if what your opinion. I'm not sure if Maurice Weber also has Deus Ex as one of his favorite games. I'm not sure though, but I feel like there's kind of a connection. Like I know a lot of people look at this game and think, okay, this was really influential. And if you make a top 100 games of best games of all time or so ever, this game must be in this list. There's no excuse to not put it there. Maybe it doesn't have to. I would put it first. But you don't have to put it first, I think. But it should definitely be in a top 100 list. Best games of since 2000 or best games ever made or whatever. It has to be in this because it is a very important game, I think. It's really good. To this day. If you can kind of deal with it. There's some stuff in the game that's kind of impressive. They didn't have the budget to animate all the lips when the characters were talking, so the mouse animation. And what did they do to kind of comprehend this? They wrote a script for it that kind of... Hey, Tonight, nice to see you. They wrote a script for it. I told the story on the German channel quite a few times. For it to kind of add the waveform or the audio recorded form to a computer generated lip movement. So it was, I think, kind of a texture. It's not really good, to be honest, in this game, but this is a technology that later will be used a lot in video game because it would be too expensive to hand animate every lip movement to every dialogue. So you have to find kind of a crafty solution programming wise, and this game was one of the first to do this. Oh, did they show something? Yes.
Battlefield
they,
6.
There was a...
This year.
there was a trouble. Can maybe look into it.
This PS5 remaster is a collaboration between Eidos Montreal and Aspire,
Board game,
the studio
view
behind
game.
remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
On its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
You play as JC Denton.
Because they don't, like, they don't have many facial expressions 2020 in the year 2000. This potentially doesn't change, so the character faces look very stiff and dead, I would assume. Worked maybe a bit better back in the day with the
influenced a
thing.
generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and consequence. No two playthroughs unfold the same. Deus Ex Remastered arrives on PS5 early next year. It's almost...
Yeah, I'm not sure if it will come to PC, but it will come to PlayStation 5. I mean, this is the state of play is Sony's little... We show games that coming out for PlayStation. I also hope it comes for Steam, would be awesome. Always wanted to do like a Deus Ex playthrough or something on the channel. Never got to that. I guess, yeah, this was interesting in the state of play, and here at the end, we had the Wolverine game.
Omega Red makes an appearance, Mystique is there, and there's...
The Wolverine game, very brutal. They also have speakers now, wireless speakers. Sony Pulse Elevate as they called. They showed a bit of Last Epoch. Deus Ex Remaster was interesting for me. They showed a bit of Neo 3. They showed Cold Vein 2. And what was the other game that's interesting? They showed the Weird game. This game was also kind of cool. You have like this weird hand animated game thing here going on. That also looked pretty cool. Unusual art style. Questions if it's a bit hard to see what's going on there. I'm a bit worried that it's too tough to see where the character is and what is background, what is foreground, and where your character is. I'm a bit worried on the visibility, but the style is kind of cool. Chrono Script, The Endless End it's called. Then at the beginning they showed Thoros, which plays on a planet called Carcosa. Oh. And Carcosa we know from the Cthulhu universe, but I'm not sure if it's related. It's a roguelite, and you could argue maybe there are some distant alien Cthulhu inspirations for this, I could imagine. This eclipse and the sun, and what's the dying sun, whatever.
The sun dies. Time stretches and tears.
Yeah, something like that. Technically, they say the sun. So there's a problem with that, because technically there's only one sun. This is a star, not the sun. The sun is ours. That's we see in the sky. That's the sun. It's the name of our star. But sometimes we use it synonymously for the word star. Just want to point that out. But this looks pretty cool. It reminds a lot. You definitely see this as a spiritual successor to Returnal. It's by Housemarque. Looks cool, I think. A lot of projectile stuff going on. Where at the end we had this weird entity coming out. I thought, is this the yellow? Is this a king in yellow? Who knows? But it looked kind of cool. And then they showed us Crimson Desert. Yeah, this game here. Look at this.
Cliff Seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within.
Yeah, definitely something
Let
else.
your heart speak without fear.
In the end,
We don't know how he
all
looks
will come
exactly,
together
but
as one. We fight for the future.
The Last of Us, I don't know, it's I think on PlayStation Plus or something. This game here, you have a lot of weird stuff going on, entities, and then suddenly becomes more sci-fi-esque. But there are also like, here, look at this. There are also some cannons and samurais, giants, but also mechanical dragons. And steam machines, like this thing, looking kind of distantly reminiscent of, I don't know, Bioshock or whatever. Like, this game is such a wild mix. It's announced forever, Crimson Desert, coming to PlayStation March 19th, 2026. So, I don't know, this game could be the most amazing game ever made. It could also be complete trash. Everything is possible with this one. I find that interesting. So, yeah, that's basically what I had to say. This is a summary. How many remakes you can make? I'm not sure if it's a remake with Last of Us. I think it's just that the Last of Us remake.
Celebration of this PlayStation Plus game catalog.
Yeah, it comes to PlayStation Plus. Last of Us 2.
For PS5 members, this includes
It's a remastered of it. Then something about Gran Turismo.
あるいはデータローガーのフィーチャーであるとか、それ以外のさまざまなゲームフィーチャーの大きなアップデートを予定しています。皆さんのおかげで、30年かけてグランツーリスモは1億本を達成しました。本当にありがとうございます。
Okay, some update, I think. Specs re-update comes in December. So I'm not into video games, and then yeah, they showed a lot of stuff with the other game. Well, that's basically it. So we switch back to German in a moment. I then say, yeah, what was the state of play, September 2025. To be honest, we know the Wolverine game looks kind of nice, but we knew it was coming. So overall, it was its no, wow, look at this, we will talk for this for the next decade. Yeah, Crimson Desert is in development since ages ago. Yeah, like I said, it could be anything. It could be the best game of all time. It could be complete trash. There's a lot of potential, though. But the potential goes into both directions, one could say. So yeah, I don't know. Do I have for the YouTube and other channels maybe watching here? Just thought, hey, we had the idea. Usually AFK on the German, though he doesn't speak German, and asked me, hey, do you watch the State of Play? I say, oh, why not? And then we watched the State of Play. And now we are here. Actually, I was voice recording the lore video. And yeah, we try to avoid reading it, but there's that. So, anything left to say? So for the English-speaking crowd, I just give you here the end credits. Thank you so much for joining. Have a fantastic rest of the day. And wait a moment. There is a credit thing. I forgot where I saved it though. I can find it out really quick. Well, else we do it without credits. Just shout outs to every reporter who has like a Twitch subscription, a membership, or donated something. No, we continue. It's just for the English viewers, we continue with voice recording on the German channel. It sounds strange, but that's what we're going to do for the next lore video about the Hunt of Gollum and the tour of the expedition of Balin into Moria. That are the main topics of that video, like part of Who is Elrond, and we are almost there with Lord of the Rings, and the War of the Ring is starting. I have one thing here. Let me just see image. Yeah, I found them. So thank you to all the supporters. There's some missing, I think. So sorry for that, because it's not fully updated. But yeah, I think the most important are on it. I think there's... Who's missing, chat? I think Wolfhunt is missing, so shoutouts to him. And maybe some other people. I think most common people are there on this list. So much appreciated. Thank you for your support. I have a good one. And there are some people who have the tier 1 subscription on YouTube on the main channels, and they usually don't put them on into the only, like, you need tier 2 for the stream credits, tier 3 for the video credits, but whatever. Just in case people wonder why they're not on the list, maybe. But Tirza, for example, also supporting. Thank you so much. Also for the tier 1 people, but I had to kind of find out. Oh, Killswitch just subscribed. Hey, Killswitch, you're also on the list. I knew you would come. So thank you for joining and for your support. In this case here on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. Thank you. Did I forget anything, chat? I don't know. I think. So, yeah, to the English viewers, have a fantastic evening, rest of the day, sleep well. I can rate over, yeah. In theory, I could rate myself. That's actually funny. Is it possible to rate yourself? Maybe the game said, why would it not be possible? I can now rate the English channel over to myself. That's actually funny. So we continue in German and record the stuff, which will be in English, but it's on the German channel. In this case, I rate over now. So yeah, have a good evening. Goodbye. See you next time and have a good one. Bye. See you next time and